Dear students, in previous class we discussed about second and third generation of computers. Means what are developments happened in second generation as well as what are developments did in third generation of computers. And similarly, next is the fourth generation of computers. Next is the fourth generation of computers. Fourth generation computers. Its date is 1971 and present. It is called as 1971 and present. To present, like this. Okay. Fourth generation of computers started in the 1971 and the date is not ended. That is called as a present only. Okay. Then, so in first generation, we have seen that vacuum tubes are used. The thousands of vacuum tubes are used in the machines. So the system becomes larger, bigger in size. It occupies more space. It consumes more electricity power. It produces more heat, because of it causes the malfunctioning. You are not able to move from one place to other place. That all those things come under in first generation of computers. Second generation computers, they are using the transistors. Computers became smaller. Instead of vacuum tubes, transistors were developed. The computer size became smaller. Transistors also cause the heat, but is a vast improvement over than the vacuum tubes. Then punch cards are used for input and printouts in second generation computers. Then later, third generation computers. In third generation, ICs are developed, integrated circuits were developed in third generation computers. Again, computer size is smaller, computers are faster, very efficient, reliable to use. And even LSI and VLSI is used in third generation, and as well as for input purpose we are using the keyboards and mouse in the third generation of computers. This keyboard and mouse are used in the third generation of computers. Next is the fourth generation of computers. Next is the fourth generation of computers. So what are the developments happened in fourth generation of computers? So first most thing is that in this we are using the microprocessor. In fourth generation of computers is developed the microprocessor. It is one electronic chip. It is an electronic chip that contains it builds with the thousands of ICs. Integrated circuits were used in the third generation of computers. So next is the microprocessor. It is one chip. It built up with the thousands of ICs. Whatever the integrated circuits are there, the thousands of integrated circuits are used in form of one single microprocessor, and microprocessor also. Okay. This is about silicon chip. This microprocessor is one silicon chip. That silicon chip can having the thousands of integrated circuits. Microprocessor, which is one silicon chip, this can have thousands of integrated circuits. So whatever you are using the integrated circuits in third generation, so same integrated circuits are having the one silicon chip. That chip is known as a microprocessor. That chip is known as a microprocessor. Then next, again in this most important second one more is that networking. Network and it also comes with internet. So nowadays, whatever is using the internet, widely using in the present days, but this was started in the fourth generation, means in 1971 around only, to do the networking, to provide the internet. that was developed in the fourth generation of computers, not today. We are using last, I think within 10 years we are using widely in our India, in our rural areas also. Before 10-15 years back, we don't know what is internet. Before 15 or 20 years, I think in 2002 onwards, the internets are using in rural areas. In city they are using no problem. In rural area, 2002 onwards, I think so, widely using in our rural areas. When mobile phones are introduced in India, in rural areas, in that time onwards we are going to know about what is internet. Before that, nothing. Some cities are having internet connections, but not rural areas. In rural areas, there is no internet connections earlier days in India. But this was developed, this was started in the year 1971 onwards only. This internet and networking was developed in the year of 1971 onwards only. In that time, but here in our India, in our rural areas, it is reached, I think so, in 2000. It's up to 30 years. It requires 30 years to reach the internet and networking in rural areas of India. So, this is also developed in the year 1971 with the fourth generation of computers. Anybody may ask you, internet and networking concept, when it is started, when it is developed? It is developed in the fourth generation of computers, not present. Okay. So now we are using presently, but it is developed in the fourth generation of computers only. So almost important feature of this generation is that microprocessor as well as networking. Microprocessor as well as networking. Almost is the microprocessor. First generation IQM tools. Second generation transistors. Third generation integrated circuits, and fourth generation is the microprocessor. So presently, now present computer also we are using the microprocessor only. Even though today also we are using the microprocessor only. In today's computer, whatever is there, in our today's computers also having the microprocessor only. And also next second point is the networking and internet. So this network and internet is developed in the fourth generation of computer. Now we are using, but developed in the fourth generation of computers only. Understood? Then next is these computers are small in size. Small in size. These fourth generation computers are the smaller one. This type of computers are the very smaller. Then more powerful. These computers are the more powerful, reliable. Okay, you can carry anywhere this fourth generation computers. Fourth generation computers, you are not able to move from one place to another place. You are not able to move such computers from one place to another place. But fourth generation computers, you can move from one place to another place because of smaller in size. Because of smaller in size, you can move such computers anywhere. You can move such computers anywhere because of its size. Because of its size, because it's smaller in size, and these are more powerful. Means it can give any task that will complete immediately, or in a very pragmatic, and this is a very accuracy. Okay, so these are the important features of fourth generation of computers. And I told you this internet. So internet evolution was developed in the fourth generation of computers. So actual development in internet, development in networking was done in the fourth generation of computers. So really developments whatever is there in networking or internet, that started in the year of 1971 onwards in fourth generation of computers. Okay, so this is about what? Fourth generation of computers. Okay, now last one, that is the fifth generation of computer. So next is fifth generation of computers, present and beyond. So this is called as the present and beyond. We have not mentioned any date or year, month or year. Simply told that this is the fifth generation is the present and beyond. So presently it is the fifth generation, in future it is the fifth generation. We have not mentioned the year. Okay. So let's see what are the developments according to fifth generation of computers. What are the main improvements according to the fifth generation of computers? The first foremost is that super large scale integrated chips. In this we are using the super large scale integrated chips. Okay. So in this computer they are using the super large scale integrated chips. This is also called as the artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence. Okay. Means you may see that robots. So such robots are also developed in fifth generation of computers. Robots, supercomputers, that all developed in the fifth generation of computers. Okay. Super large scale intelligence means the fourth generation is using the microchips. In this generation, we are using the super large scale integrated chips. Okay, and also artificial intelligence means what? Development of robots is example for artificial intelligence. This robots also developed in this generation only. They will be able to recognize images and graphs. Means what? A device is developed to recognize the images, or it may be called as a graphs also. Means it can easily recognize images as well as graphs. That means devices are developed in this generation, so that devices can easily recognize images or graphs. So, fifth generation aims to be able to solve highly complex problems, including decision making and logical reasoning. It is able to solve highly complex problems. This generation of computers are able to solve highly complex problems. It may be reasoning or it may be any mathematical. Okay, it includes maybe decision making or logical reasoning, anything. A problem may contain logical or any reasoning also. This fifth generation computers can be able to solve highly complex problems also. This type of computers can solve any type of problems. And one more is you can use more than one CPU also. You can use more than one CPU for faster processing. So if you need a faster processing, you can use the more than one CPU also. You can use the more than one CPU also. In previous one it's not like that. You can use only one CPU, but here not like that. You can use more than one CPU. Means if you want more faster, if you want to progress more faster, in that time you can use the more faster. Use the more speed. When you are using multiple CPUs, definitely you use the more speed. Okay. And even this computers can work on natural languages also. This fifth generation computers can work on a natural languages also. So these are some important features of our fifth generation of computers. And even though supercomputers are also developed in 5th generation computers. Supercomputers are also developed in this 5th generation computers. You can write that one also. Supercomputers. Supercomputers also developed in this 5th generation of computers. So these are the all important features that happen in 5th generation of computers. These are important features that are developed in the 5th generation of computers. Okay? So we discussed mainly 5 generations: generation 1, generation 2, generation 3, generation 4, and generation 5. Either annual or midterm or weekend, definitely the one question will ask for either 5 or 3 marks about generations. It is a fixed question. It may be asked either in midterm examination, or it will be asked in annual or in weekend examination. Definitely. And these are the important ones, because you should know what are the developments happened in which generation of computers. If anybody asks you, microprocessor developed in which generation? 4th generation. Transistors, 2nd generation. Integrated circuits, 3rd generation. Like you should know vacuum tubes, 4th generation. You should know these important features. Okay? So this is about generation of computers. The question will ask you either 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, or 5 months also. For 1 month also, you will write the one important features of per generation. So vacuum tubes are used for internal operations. That is an important feature. Like that. If asked for 5 months, you have to write 46 points. If asked for 3 months, you have to write any 3 to 4 points. If asked for 2 months, you have to write 2 to 3 points. If asked for 1 month, you can write 1 or 2 points about the generation. Okay? So today ends the generation of computers. So today's class we completed the generation of computers. So in next class, in tomorrow's class, I will discuss the classification of computer. In today's class, I will discuss tomorrow's class I will discuss the classification of computers. Means what? A computer can divide into number of parts. A single computer can divide into number of parts, because see, we are using computers in weather forecast also. We are computers using in simple offices also. We are using computers in medical shops also. We are using computers in hospitals also. Even though to count the blood pressures, we are using the computers. Even though to make any scanning also, we are using the computers. So for any purpose, we are using the computers. So for what purpose, which computers we are going to use, that we can discuss in classification of computers. Means various types of computers we are using for various purposes. We are using various computers for various purposes. So what are types of computers are there? For what purpose we are going to use? That things we can discuss in tomorrow's class. Okay. First, I will draw the chart. After drawing chart, I will write the types. It may be general purposes. It may be special purposes. It may be hybrid computers, analytical computers, digital computers. Whatever types of computers are there, I will first draw that one. Then after that, I will explain one by one, and also I will tell for what purpose which computers are going to use. ಯಾವ್ದಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ಯಾವ ಕಂಪ್ಯೂಟರ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ಅದು ನಿಮಗೂ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೇನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಸೊ ಇವತ್ತಿನ ಕ್ಲಾಸಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು 5 ಜನರೇಷನ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೇವೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಜನರೇಷನ್ 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. ಇನ್ನು ನಿಮಗೆ ಆನ್ಯುವಲ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮಲ್ಲಿ ಅಥವಾ ವೀಕೆಂಡು ಅಥವಾ ಮಿಡ್ ಟರ್ಮ್ ಜನರೇಷನ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ 1 ಕ್ವೆಶ್ಚನ್ ಡೆಫಿನೆಟ್ಲಿ ಬರ್ತದೆ. ಅದು 3 ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸ್ಗೂ ಬರ್ಬೋದು ಅಥವಾ 5 ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸ್ಗೂ ಬರ್ಬೋದು. ಬಟ್ 1 ಕ್ವೆಶ್ಚನ್ ಅಂತೂ ಡೆಫಿನೆಟ್ಲಿ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ನಿಮಗೆ ಈ ಜನರೇಷನ್ದಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾದ್ರು ಡೌಟ್ಸ್ ಇದ್ರೆ ನೀವು ಕೇಳ್ಬೋದು, ಅಥವಾ you can call us if you have any doubts in generation. And completion of chapter I will send you notes also. Chapter complete ಆದ ನಂತರ ನಿಮ್ಮ ನೋಟ್ಸ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರ್ತೀನಿ, ನೀವು ನೋಟ್ಸ್ ನೋಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ನೋಟ್ಸ್ ಬರೀರಿ ಅಥವಾ ಅಸೈನ್ ಕ್ವೆಶ್ಚನ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟರೆ ಅಸೈನ್ ಕ್ವೆಶ್ಚನ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನು ಸಾಲ್ವ್ ಮಾಡಿ. ಓಕೆ, ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು.